Shoot out the Twitter one more time.
Yeah, because
We live.
as the sign says, we alive.
Oh dang. Live, and what comes with live is a bunch of untimed, unplanned craziness.
Hmm.
But it's all good.
It is. This is an untimed, unplanned, crazy week.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah, we here at the Double S Project have been fortunate to witness it, or have we been fortunate? What would you call it?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know what the word is for it at this point.
Yeah, well, say hello to everybody out there in live land. There it goes, the most unenthusiastic greeting from our radio and television personality.
Yeah. Them days are over with, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good.
Mm-hmm. Since Steve Spurrier,
What you
them
say?
days are over. Steve Spurrier as well. Them days are over with.
Yeah, he's getting mixed bag around here right now because you got some folks calling him a sellout, and not sellout, but basically a cop
Quitter.
out. Yeah, and then other folks are basically saying the writing was on the wall. On the wall. Good riddance. So I think the biggest thing is you notice the product on the field that it speaks for itself. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
tell me this team just 2 years ago was competing for the SEC, possibly the SEC, 2 games short,
Mm-hmm.
one game short, and one couple bad plays, and another game short, and then just like that, Javian Clowney gets drafted, and it's Connor Shaw leaves, and the whole team is just garbage. It's like recruiting. It's like, dude, did you not give recruiting? And obviously, it looked like he's been losing a lot of recruits to the other colleges now. We
Well, I
can't get him in.
mean,
Can't get him
yeah,
in.
and I mean, it's kind of the thing you've seen with a lot of the older coaches. I don't know about all of them, but hey, man, when these guys hit a certain age, it's one thing to talk about relating to the kids. It's another thing to be able to sit down in that living room and go at them with the same gusto to hit that recruiting trail all hard. Like I said, dude is 70 years old. You don't seriously think that he's been sending some assistance in some of these cases where he used to be, talking to those guys himself. You know.
So, but I mean, you got a lot of competition around here,
Well,
man. I
that
mean,
too.
now
Yeah.
Florida's back. Florida's back on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever contacts he had back down there that he was, high schools or whatever, he can't. He's losing some. Florida State's doing their thing now again, and
Mm-hmm.
then got all the other little colleges around the area, and then Georgia is always Georgia, and Clemson is Clemson.
Clemson is
So,
Clemson. Apparently, Clemson might be big in a Clemson way.
well,
Yeah. So.
when it comes to bigger dog right now, so it's one of those things. Even though the Clemson is in the quote unquote ACC, and South Carolina is the so-called SEC, it don't really seem that way when you're talking about recruiting some of these athletes around here now. So
Well, yeah, it's the kids have their own reasons for going to their own preferred school, and it's not necessarily conference aligned. It's just like I said, it's more like how it used to be. You got some good teams rising up really bad conferences, and you have some more competitive conferences. I won't say good per se, where you have a lot more teams with a more even talent distribution, and they kind of beat up on themselves. You
yeah,
know, I
right.
mean, like I said, go back to the '90s, go back to the '80s, Oklahoma. They only had one team to beat in the Big
Mm-hmm.
Eight. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Miami when they first were in the Big East, no competition whatsoever in conference.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
let's not pretend that you get 10 years of this rough, tough SEC, and people start acting, oh, this is the way it's always been. No, it's not.
Right. Right. Yeah. So
So
it's one
I
of those
mean,
things, man.
I don't really get mad at
Yeah.
him for walking. I mean,
I ain't
yeah,
mad.
dude looked tired.
He looked worn. He looked old.
Yeah.
He is old, but he looked old. And so yeah, so basically around here, everybody's like, okay, what's next? But I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody's starting to realize that it's possible that USC, South Carolina, is going to probably be on the bottom feeders for a few years here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even below Vanderbilt and all those teams, it's like Just get ready for a few years of just tough football. I mean, it's not gonna win. And then the flood. Everything with the flood and everything. I think the whole morale I think it just left the system, man. I think with all of that going on too. He probably he probably looked at his life and saw a bigger picture and was like, man, just the inevitable.
I ain't got this so long left. I mean, how much left?
Yeah, the inevitable is going to happen. We're not good. I'm probably going to get fired, or I'm probably going to be asked to leave.
Yeah,
so I'll just go ahead and leave now.
Yeah, it's not like they'll have to ask too hard, so I might as well just walk.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But yep. And then your boy out there in the West Coast.
He didn't get fired hard.
Yeah, boy out there
as our boy Chick, he got fired hard.
I don't know what that is, man.
That was shout out to our fantasy leagues. And so he was talking about some cats at work that was doing some stuff they weren't supposed to be doing. He said, "Man, that dude got fired hard." It's a gentle way of being fired.
No, I'm just saying, man. That cat out there, your boy, man, Sarkeesian. This dude out here drinking, getting caught up, coming to the games drunk. USC
drinking at the game, before the game, during the game.
Hey, I'm like, what you doing, man? What you doing, man?
He's getting nice.
And somebody was like, what did it say? It was like, it's one thing for you to, be a coach of a top, or a program, you doing your thing, and then you want to go out and let go every now and then. He said, but this dude was showing up to practice drunk, showing up to games drunk. That's a problem.
I heard some speculation on the local radios as to why it was like a day after the indefinite that he fired. And I didn't exactly agree with it, but I won't go into details what the guy was saying. But my thing was pretty much the obvious. It's like, okay, they gave him the indefinite leave. And then within like 20 minutes, a bunch of those players he was coaching up in Washington started tweeting out, same old Sark. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, so y'all knew this dude had a problem and y'all hired him anyway.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Pat Hayden is scrambling. Right. I was like, dude, you should be fired too.
Right.
I mean, no, seriously. It's like, how in the world do you let Pat Hayden hire your next coach? Isn't this the same dude that hired Lane Kiffin?
Oh, shoot. Yeah. That's true.
Think about that.
Lane Kiffin. That's true.
He hired Lane Kiffin.
Then
I
forgot about that.
Yeah, tarmac.
Yeah, but the bus. You don't get on the bus.
Look, and then there's like Ed Orgeron is somewhere sitting there talking about, hey, y'all ain't hire me because you thought I had a problem.
Right. Yeah, I don't. That whole thing, man. I guess just I don't know who was in the running, all the different coaches. I can't remember, but I do know that at the end of the day, that program. I mean, it's just a bunch of shenanigans going on out there. It's like they taking that program for a joke, man. It's like whoever gets in there is just. It seems like it's taking it for a joke. It's just like not even serious anymore. Like
I don't know, man.
And then the perfect timing with the 30 for 30 that's coming on.
Yeah, I recorded it. I'll probably try to watch it after we're done. But
perfect timing.
Trojan War, Trojan Horse.
And why did they call it the Reggie Bush scandal? It was the Pete Carroll scandal. Reggie Bush was part of the scandal. They act like Pete Carroll got out of there so quick, man.
I mean, come on, man. They talk all this still. How long ago was that?
It's been what?
They still talking about Reggie Bush like it was Eric Dickerson.
Like what, 10 years?
Marcus Dupree.
I think it's like 10 years.
Yeah, they talking about this stuff like it was some real scandal. That's the thing that ticked me off. Back when it all went down, I was like, y'all acting like this is some real college football scandal. This is like a mosquito bite.
Right. Right. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. But it was enough for Pete Carroll to get out of there before he tied his shoes because he sure dipped.
Yeah, he sure dipped. I mean,
He did.
It looked talking about. I reach out, my heart goes out to Sark. He has all my support. What you doing?
Yeah.
You watching the playback, man?
Yeah, I was playing. The playback was playing in my ear, man.
Yeah, man. We got live. We so live that we got a 2 minute delay on our live playback.
I was like, "What's going on here?" Oh, the playback. So, but
So
yeah,
yeah,
man.
somewhere in Baton Rouge, Ed Orgeron is like, dude, y'all passed on me for this,
He pulled out like Johnny Depp, like pirate,
man. That dude was
pirate.
talking about y'all didn't give me the head coaching job, then wanted me to come back and coach the D line again. Heck no, I'm not
He's like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Big dummies. I had everybody under control, and you want
Had it under control. This dude started
you want to pay a
beating
cap?
people.
You want to pay a cap? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Y'all got that dude, Lane Kiffin's homeboy.
Yeah, and Lane Kiffin is whatever.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what you think is going to happen this weekend with Michigan State, man? Seems like Jim Harbaugh, that 2-year plan, 3-year plan. Jim Harbaugh was like
more like a 2-week plan.
I was about to say, Jim Harbaugh was like, I'm trying to handle my business this year.
Well, I can't. I don't know about who's going to win, but once again, I mean, we can't take away from what Harbaugh has done with that Michigan team, considering how bad they looked last year.
Right.
But I'm just gonna say again, I mean, they played well, certainly out of conference.
Yeah.
I mean, that narrow loss to Utah now was more telling. Then that's like, whoa, Utah's pretty good team, which I thought they were pretty good going into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now you look back at that, so they went out to Utah and didn't have a good game and still played them pretty tough. And now look at what they're doing.
That's what I told them.
But at the same time, pump your brakes.
Yeah, they have
still the Big Ten.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it within the realms of the Big Ten because forget the fact that throw the rankings out the door. And to me, it's an attitude thing and it's a pride thing right now with this game because there's no right now. Jim Harbaugh is playing with house money because
it's also who is little brother and who is big brother.
Right.
That's going to really mean something this year for the first time in a long time.
And the funny thing about it is, regardless of it just being the Big Ten, I just talked to Jason earlier today. It's got some of the Ohio State fans kind of looking over their shoulders a little bit, like, okay, if Michigan mess around and pull this one off, we might want to make sure we don't take these boys for granted. You know what I'm saying? Plus, being the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, it's like the last thing you want to do is get to the end of the season and lose to these cats.
Well, I mean, granted, Michigan played Ohio State kind of tough last year, even though they weren't really any good at all. But then again, going into that game, we didn't think Ohio State was all that good either.
That's the point. That's where we're getting at. So it's really, relatively speaking, that's why I say I'm throwing the rankings out the door. It's just going to, man up this weekend and see what's going to happen. But, me and Jason came up with a scenario, though, man. We said, hey, Michigan beat Michigan State. And then Michigan beat Michigan State. Then Michigan beat Ohio State, and Ohio State beat Michigan. So you could, and the other teams around the nation kind of play each other out a little bit. So you might get 3 Big Ten teams in the Final Four.
That will not happen
with Utah.
That won't happen
with Utah.
That ain't gonna happen. Utah.
He said Utah. He said Michigan with 2 losses, but their 2 losses would be to the top 2 teams in the nation.
Yeah.
He said Michigan, Utah, Ohio State, and freaking Utah, man. I was like, I wouldn't watch that. I said, I'll turn that TV. I'll turn that off.
Ain't gonna be. I think it's gonna be Michigan State. If they lose to Michigan State's gonna be the odd man out unless they somehow win the conference.
But I could see a scenario if Michigan was to win and ran the table, and Ohio State only had that 1 loss. I could see a scenario with Michigan State and Ohio State both being.
It's gonna be 2. I don't think it's gonna be 3.
No, I wouldn't be 3. No. We were just joking around with that. But no, what I'm saying is if Michigan runs the table and have that 1 loss, which usually the early loss doesn't hurt you especially if the early loss is to a top 4, top 5 team. By then, Utah probably be 2 or 3 if they keep rolling the way. They're not gonna lose a game. There's nobody can beat them.
Nah, somebody's gonna get them.
You think somebody's gonna get them?
Yeah, I mean,
who they play? Who else they play? I mean, who else they got? You know?
I mean, don't be surprised. No, don't be surprised if one of them Arizona teams sneak them.
Yeah, Arizona State always good for something.
Or Arizona, because remember Arizona got
what it is?
Oregon last year.
Do they play another Thursday night game? Because if Utah play Arizona State on Thursday night, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap. Or Friday night. Night.
Does Utah have? No, Utah already beat. Did they already beat USC?
Yeah, I'm looking up their schedule right now. I'm trying to see. So they got left on the schedule. They got Arizona State this weekend. Actually, they got USC. You're right. No, they got. Well, let me back up. I'm gonna take that back because they got. Ooh, Lord.
I mean, USC.
They got Arizona State, USC. They still got Arizona. They still got UCLA.
Yeah.
They got to go to Arizona. Yeah, and they got to go to USC. So those gonna be tough.
And then even then, wouldn't they might have to go against maybe Stanford in the conference championship game, maybe.
Yeah, but they got Arizona State. They got Arizona State at home this weekend. They go to USC next weekend.
Undefeated. I can
they're gonna lose one of those. They're gonna lose one of those.
Yeah. I mean, they could still win the conference, but that's
because they barely beat Cal last weekend. Barely.
But that was a tough game. I saw that. That was a tough one. I mean, the Pac-12, you got a lot of teams that stack up so well against each other. And people are expecting dominance from 2 or 3 teams, and they're not getting it. So they're saying, "Oh, well, the conference isn't any good." I was like, you can maybe make the argument they're not the best conference, but on the other hand, who is the best conference? And no matter what, it's still going to be the hardest conference to win.
Right. No, I get. I will have to. Yeah, this Pac-12 it's shaping up. Yeah.
I mean, you might have somebody come out of there as a conference champion with 2 losses.
True. Yeah, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
But hey, I ain't got nobody else to root for. I'm rooting for the Utes, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah, you're rooting for the Cardinals.
I'm rooting for the Utes. Let's do this. like my cousin Vinny, the Utes.
The Utes. Man, you know what? And the funny thing was, I was driving back from North Carolina Saturday, and when I got home, it wasn't until about 10 o'clock, and I started watching some games and seeing some of the highlights. I was listening to Georgia and Tennessee on the radio coming back in and hearing some of the other scores. And when I got in and turned on the highlights, saw that Leonard Fournette run, was it the second play in the game? Which one was it? First play?
I don't know. I'm just shaking my head. You said Leonard Fournette. I'm just shaking
when he was at 82 yards, and I was like, man, Spurrier probably go quit right there on the spot. Didn't turn out he quit.
I knew it was gonna be pretty bad.
They rolled out the hospitality and everything, wore the purple jerseys they don't like to wear, and then beat the crap out of them.
Man, that dude Fournette, man, they just need to just give him. Let's just have a ceremony now, man. This dude, goodness me, that kid is ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he running through bad defense. Like they're not great defenses, but they ain't bad. He's running through these dudes over.
I mean, I think he's in a good place right now where he's not seeing some of them real nasty SEC defenses like you had like about 5 years ago.
Let me see what they got left. What LSU got left on this table? Because
they got Bama coming up somewhere down the line, so
who cares about Bama? Bama ain't gonna do nothing.
No, well, they always figure out a way to screw up LSU.
They at Bama, so
at Bama.
They at Ole Miss. That's gonna be interesting. Hey, but they got Florida. They got Florida next week.
Oh yeah, so they got Florida. Yeah, and the top defense at Florida. So
they got Florida next week, undefeated, 6-0 versus. That's gonna be a hell of a game. I might have to watch that.
I think I might have to make an appointment in front of TV.
7 o'clock. I was about to say 6-0 versus 5-0.
Yeah, it should be free by about 7 o'clock.
That's right, because LSU missed the first game of the season because of the weather.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Which still be 6-0. So might as well say 6-0 versus 6-0.
Yeah, I think
McNeese State.
who are they going to play that day? It was
McNeese State.
McNeese. Yeah, I think McNeese is glad. Yeah, McNeese is glad that one
Sneeze.
didn't happen. I'm sure they still got their check anyway.
But yeah, this is Florida. 6 versus. Ooh, okay, yeah. Then
Of
they
course,
always put
Florida's
it.
going without their quarterback though.
That's what the hell, man. You was supposed to suspend the kid for the year. For the year?
A calendar year, not
What
the rest of this season.
Was he
As if
selling
he
it?
can't play.
Was he selling it on the block? What the heck is that? People that get caught with drugs in the first offense get out for a year. They just get probation and community service and a fine.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't intent.
Right. This dude got a year.
A calendar year, as in he can't play till next October.
He can't play to the 4th game next year.
Next year.
What the hell is that?
Thank you, NCAA.
I can't. I think that's the only. There's 2 things I don't miss about Indiana: the snow and being down the street from the shenanigans of the NCAA. It's just terrible.
There's a lot. As a non-NCAA supporter, there's a lot of things that they catch crap over that's not accurate. But then you get stuff like this, and you be like,
I don't know. As I said, they act like the boy was on the block with nickel bags or something, just selling it out, man. It's like over the counter, messed up. He messed up. Okay, slap his hand, give him 3 or 4 games. This man got a calendar year. Just go away. Don't come back.
Over the counter, like I said, it's not like he went to the Balco lab.
Or was mixing up some stuff in the back of that.
It wasn't like the program where he had somebody else's pee in him.
I don't know, man. This stuff is crazy, man. Yeah, but I don't know if it's. Hey, look, man. I had to pose this question, man, because as much as I get it. The Steelers, they won last night, and Le'Veon Bell got the touchdown at the end of the game and all this, whatever. But is it me, or am I seeing the last few years Mike Tomlin has not really been – it's like he almost is like, I done took this team to a Super Bowl so I could just mess around and just –
I'm going to take it one step further.
And just mess around and just do a bunch of craziness.
I'm going to make people really mad at me.
Any sense. I'm like, what the hell is
I'm going to make people really mad at me in answering that question.
Go ahead, man.
I don't really see the difference between him and Cowher. So if you want to call it luck, whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay it, but it just seems like there's some things that he's doing. Like last week, it doesn't take a rocket science to give the ball to Le'Veon Bell a 4th and 1. It didn't take a rocket science for that. Like, what's going on with him and Haley? And then this week, okay, I get it. You want to go for the win. You're going to line, and I know you don't want to, hand it, exchange where you want to give it to Vic, he hands it off or whatever. To me, the simpler play would have been to try a quarterback sneak and then call a timeout if you didn't get it. But hell, quarterback sneaking with Le'Veon Bell. But the bottom line is, if he doesn't stretch that ball over that end zone and they lose that game back-to-back weeks of shenanigans, dude, that's not.
But see, here's the thing: they might lose a game like they did to the Ravens, then they turn around and win a game like they did last night. But they keep staying alive doing that stuff.
They staying alive, but that's my point. If you want to hang your hat on being lucky against the Chargers, it's not like you beat the Broncos or the Patriots like that. You beat the Chargers.
Well, I mean,
and it took a lucky play. I mean, it took a gambling play to beat the Chargers, and you had the Ravens beat. You actually had the Patriots beat on the first night of the season.
It just is what it is, man. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm looking at coaching genius because
no. I'm not trying to get him fired, but I'm just
he can do whatever he's gonna do, and the guy in the headset across the field is gonna do something even worse.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, the Steelers. Okay, you can say what you want to say about the Ravens last week. You know how hard the Ravens worked to almost lose that game?
Yeah, both teams are not that great to be.
Yeah.
I mean, where Roethlisberger out, with Roethlisberger back in, playing the way he's been playing the last couple of years, they definitely will have a shot. But him out, and I told you, Vic. Okay, he completed the bomb. He threw the ball. Okay, Vic. They act like Vic can never throw. Vic can throw the deep ball. That ain't the problem with Vic. The problem's always been the intermediate passes to receivers. He's either always looked for the tight end, who he always ran, and if he threw a deep ball, he threw one deep ball. Vic is Vic. He's going to either be hot or cold, and until until Roethlisberger gets back, the Steelers are going to. I guess they're going to have to keep gambling. I guess like that because. But I was just sitting there watching it, like, what in the world? I get it, your kicker sucks, but what are you doing? Like, it's just like we're not even gonna line up this dude for the look. We're going for the win on the road. Okay.
If you want to be honest, man,
I get it.
All this year, I've been watching some of these NFL games, and I just got this look on my face, like
it's been some craziness, man.
And it's just like. What am I looking at here? What are y'all doing? Are you sure these are professionals?
Well, see, and this is why, like even with the Patriot Cowboy game, and this is what I was telling a couple people. I was saying the reason why teams like the Patriots are pretty consistent year in and year out. They've been like one of those teams. The Packers. Really, that's about the only two teams I can really, because the Saints have fell off now. They just don't have any weapons. But you could have put the Saints in this category a couple years ago. They know who they are. They know what they're gonna do. And once they find something that works, they stick to it. People always say, well, the Patriots, they might come in and gonna throw the ball 50 times. I said, no, they're gonna throw it a little, run it a little, throw it a little, run it a little, and then whatever's worked, guess what you're gonna see in the second half? That's what you're gonna see. And they don't back off.
Sometimes it might not take a whole half of them to figure it out.
It may take
it out by the end of the first quarter.
But that's what I'm saying. They may take it, but I'm saying, I told people, I said, why you see games where you see the Patriots have 300 yards rushing, and then the next game you see Brady throw 55 times? I said, because once they find something that works, they're going to squeeze you and drain you of every ounce of sweat and blood in your body until you stop it. And when you see these teams doing things and you watching the game, and then you see this team, they're doing things, they're running the ball, all of a sudden they want to get cute and run a reverse, get a -10.
Or, they'll run up like 80 yards. You have 80 yards rushing in the first half.
And then don't run the ball more the rest of the game.
Five rushing attempts in the second half.
It cracks me up. Or you have players, whether this is politics and contracts or whatever, but why, and I get it, I know we can double team guys in here and there, but if you're Seattle, why get a Jimmy Graham? Why are you paying for a high price blocker if you're not gonna throw the ball
for a guy you have no intention of using?
If you didn't plan on using Jimmy Graham, you should have left him with the Saints. I bet you Drew Brees give him back,
please.
So I just tell people, I say the Packers. The reason why the Packers, I said there's a couple teams out there right now that's just making do. And they're doing whatever they can to win. And I was like, one of those teams at the top of the list is the Broncos, because I don't know how they're winning. It's defense, but Peyton is.
Opponents too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Peyton is. He's not.
He's not.
I'm not going. No, but he's not Peyton. But it's not more. I get.
We're not saying he's the Alex Smith. We're just saying he's not.
Still the best quarterback. Well, Phillip Rivers is pretty good. I'm about to say he's still the best quarterback in the division, but.
I'm not sure about that, but I mean, all I know, you give Carr another wide receiver.
Dude, he don't need another wide receiver. That dude is putting up numbers.
Exactly. You give him another wide receiver.
He's for real. And who passed up David Carr? Your boy down in Houston.
Well, what could you say? I mean, if the Texans drafted David Carr, he probably wouldn't have shown up. He'd have gone to play baseball.
Nah, it'd have been like his brother.
No, after what happened to his brother, he was like, I ain't going.
Yeah, I ain't going.
I ain't going.
Derek Carr for real.
Look, Derek Carr be like, look, just send me to jail. It's like the draft. It's like the Army draft. I'm a conscientious objector to the Houston Texans. I'm not going.
And can we go ahead and just give Amari Cooper the damn Rookie of the Year? Just give it to him.
Yeah,
he is absolutely
discussion. There's a discussion.
Absolutely insane.
There's a discussion.
you
We have to
ball?
talk about it.
How you ball? Because they sitting there talking about Odell Beckham. I'm like, do y'all see what this kid is doing out here in Oakland? He is causing havoc like Randy Moss was causing havoc
But
almost.
Randy Moss never caused that havoc in the Oakland jersey.
I'm telling you, man. Amari Cooper is going to
And it's
be
kind of like it's like somebody
monster.
nobody told Amari Cooper he was a Raider.
Amari Cooper out here, just he's not intimidated at all. Because you don't have to be intimidated when you are a solid route runner and you're fast. See, you got guys that are route runners that aren't fast. You got guys that are just fast, can't run routes. You get that one dude that can run a route and he's fast, lights out. Antonio Brown, lights out. They told me, say, who's the best receiver in the league? I'm like, Antonio Brown making Vic look good.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best receiver in the league. And Amari Cooper ain't too far behind this dude right now. This dude's out here clowning, dude. But
I mean,
hey,
like it's like somebody asked, when in the world did Alabama become wide receiver U? You talk about who's the best in the league, and
second best
remember,
receiver in the league,
that
second best
Julio
receiver in the league.
Jones guy.
Yeah, that big old monster out there freaking down the street 2 hours away from me in Atlanta. 3 hours. That dude, I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, man. Tell you, I don't know what his diet, man. I'm not saying he's juicing, but what the hell did
It's
he
like
do?
you said last week. He's just doing what Arian Foster ain't doing.
And since we're talking about him though, because he did come up again on the screen, I'm gonna just but he's hurt. But it's just real interesting. What's up with hamstrings this year? Everybody's got a hamstring injury. It's like they got the Miles Austin disease. Like, what the heck is going on? You got Marshawn Lynch, Julio Jones.
I'm waiting for somebody to say the obvious.
Deshaun Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., Ruben Randall, same game. Everybody's got hamstring injuries. Like, every time you look up.
I'm waiting for somebody to say the obvious.
People on him. What's the obvious? Not practicing?
No. Field turf.
Yeah, possibly. But there's a lot of hamstring injuries.
Look at how many fields in the NFL now are still natural grass?
Not a lot.
Think about it.
I think Washington still is because they just cheap.
Washington still is. Green Bay still is. Oakland still is.
Right.
San Francisco. You go down that list and you're probably coming up with a bunch of teams that are still relatively healthy. They might suck, but you ain't got no hammies. You might have a bunch of concussions, but you ain't got no hammies. I don't know. Just go down the list.
Everybody's got a hamstring injury though, because I'm sitting there looking like all the receivers.
You ran down and every name that you called was a team that played on field turf.
Yeah. They ain't not getting any better, man.
Yeah, I mean, remember back in the 90s, there was a study about knee injuries in AstroTurf.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason why teams went away from the AstroTurf was that the field turf was more giving. Have you ever jogged in sand?
Yeah.
You know how that goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
When that sand is giving and catching. No, I got you. You ever been on a treadmill that slipped? That was one of the treadmills that the jam was just too loose.
Yeah.
And you're running, and it's doing that, and you're like, look, I got to get off of this thing. You've been on that, right?
Yeah.
It's field turf, man. I know the maker field turf.
Oh.
And desist letter from the maker of field turf. Look, Mr. Field Turf man out there, don't get me wrong. Man. I would like to plow up my entire backyard and my front yard and replace it with field turf, but my homeowners association won't let me. Nothing against how field turf looks. I bet on a cool day, it's nice to just lay down on and look up at the sky and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, man, I'm looking at that stuff and I'm thinking to myself, how could that possibly be good for your legs?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. But speaking of injuries on the turf or whatever, or natural grass, man. Look, I'm just gonna say it right now. Redskins, just go ahead and play RG3. It's not gonna get any better. It's not. It's with Kirk. Just play him. Just play him. I'm watching that game. I'm like, Kirk Cousins out here looking like deer in headlights in the crucial part of the game. I'm like, just play
So
RG3.
that last second win against the Eagles was just a fluke.
That's a damn fluke, man. Did you see he how you drive a team down for the game
90
time
yards.
field goal and then turn around in the overtime session and throw a freaking pick six?
You know what? As much as I like to laugh about it about a Kirk Cousins meme or count his
Oh
interceptions and all that
Lord,
stuff,
man.
I'm watching that play, and even I know that one was really probably only about 45% him. The receiver ran a kind of iffy route, then fell down. Still, it's
But
more fun to just blame Kirk Cousins.
it is. It's definitely more
That's
fun.
what it just comes down to. It's more fun to blame him.
But I think the point is that you're not. The Redskins actually have a good defense.
They get a good front seven.
Well, that's all. But in a lot of, I mean, if you got something that can dominate, you can stay in the game. And what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, I mean, it's not like Atlanta. I mean, well, you say they got a good front seven. I mean, if you look at Freeman's numbers, though, that wouldn't calculate to some front seven being good. He about single handedly beat me in fantasy by himself.
Well, I mean, keep in mind that was also because it wasn't like Matt Ryan was having a great day himself.
But that's what I'm getting to. What I'm saying is that the Redskins make you play. It seems like they can make you play a little bit ugly at times.
Yeah,
And
they're figuring out ways how to speed guys up and get them off rhythm.
Yeah, and so with that, you can't have a quarterback out here just giving up short fields, man. This dude is out here.
He didn't give up the short field. He gave up the whole field.
He gave up
That dude was running for a month to get. He caught that ball.
How do you have time to intercept the ball, stop, make sure you're in bounds, and then run down the sideline? That means you knew. That means the interception was right there. Like it wasn't like he was reaching for it. It was like boom, right in my hands. Let me look down. My feet's in. Okay, now I'm gonna run.
Man, so that dude picked off the ball. I was reaching for my phone to tweet about it. Got up, realized I left it in the car. Got up, went out to the car, got my phone, came back, and that guy was still running. No, Kirk Cousins ain't give up the short field. He gave up the whole
field, man. I was like, Kirk Cousins out here looking like Kirk Cousins, the most turnover-prone quarterback in the league.
Not named Andrew Luck.
And that dude, it's gonna get ugly this weekend.
He needs to hurt his shoulder again in practice, like right now.
It's gonna get ugly this weekend.
He should figure out a way not to play this weekend. Where's that game at?
It's in Indianapolis. It doesn't matter.
Oh no, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. They haven't beaten the Patriots. Haven't beaten the Patriots in 4 years.
These dudes,
since the dude with the Broncos beat them.
I mean, this is going to be the Colts and the Patriots post-deflate gate. These dudes are like, oh, you thought we were cheating the last game?
Dude, they going.
You thought we were cheating? Man, they need to just. Oh, this game is going to be like a hate crime.
It's gonna be really bad, man.
They might get 100.
It's gonna get really bad. It's gonna be really bad. They're gonna try. I'm actually. It's gonna be so bad that I'm actually trying to bait somebody in a trade for Julian Edelman, because I think he's gonna have like 65 catches this weekend.
I'll settle for Amendola on this one. I think
Edelman is gonna have like 55, 65 catches for like 300 yards, and all of them gonna be 8 yards. I mean, they're gonna run probably 125 plays against the Colts.
I think they might run 200.
Dude, they're gonna try to beat these boys like they.
Man, this is
the only thing that can save the Colts
is the clock.
No, but that's my point. The point I was getting to is the fact that they actually are running the football. The only thing that can keep the Patriots from putting up 75 to 100 points, college scores. If Frank Gore Frank Gore can control the clock, because other than that,
you know what? Let's just
they better go get in and get that 300 pound tight end.
Yeah, let's just write that one up. This is gonna be a Baylor burger. Forget a 70 burger. Forget an 80 burger. These dudes is gonna Baylor these guys.
Man, the mascot Blue gonna be Blue for real, boy. He gonna be just sitting there like, what the heck is going on? I mean, I must, you know me. I'm a secondary Colts fan. I want him to win, but God, dog, I'm not. I ain't even gonna watch it. I probably won't even watch that. I might watch The Walking Dead. I don't even watch The Walking Dead. I might as well watch it. It's gonna be Walking Dead. It's gonna be The Walking Dead on NBC.
The walking coats.
Zombies. Gonna be terrible, dude.
Man, I felt better about A&T's chances against UNC than I like the Colts than I do with the Colts and the Patriots this week.
Hey, quiet.
I felt better. Like,
what's your alma mater's? I said, what's your alma mater's record this year, man?
And one.
Are we? Huh?
And one. Some games, a bunch of games, and one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's you got Norfolk State. I didn't see the game. He was out of town.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah man.
Yeah. I mean,
Aggies go with as the old commercial back in the day with Coach Hayes. Go with the Aggies.
Look, man. But you know what? It's Bethune-Cookman this week. And
Hello?
we always figure out it's Bethune-Cookman this week. We always figure out a way to have trouble with them.
Yeah, trouble with who?
Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And South Carolina State's down the line somewhere. Ain't beat them since what, 1990?
Yeah, we need to beat them this year though, because I'm tired of hearing people's mouths around here. But yeah, man. But I'm go ahead, get on off here, man, and get up in the house.
Oh, I'm surprised you ain't saying nothing about your boy Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher, man. Yeah. What do you do?
The Fisher and Matt was his name. Matt something. They were scrapping last week.
What happened?
How's the most NBA dude I know missed that one?
Dude, I don't pay attention to the NBA until the middle of the season. You know I don't pay the only season I pay attention to at the beginning of the seasons is football. I do not pay attention. I have no idea what's going on. I caught the Kevin Durant stuff on the back end with Stephen A. I don't know what's going on with the basketball. It doesn't matter. Okay. The only thing I do.
His name is Matt something. He played at UCLA. He always fighting somebody.
Oh, I know. He was fighting Derek Fisher.
Yeah, go over the baby mama or ex-wife or something like that.
Man, who cares, man?
Oh, come on, man. I thought that'd be you.
Matt Fisher? Or you talking about Matt Barnes?
Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher, yeah.
Oh, okay. I heard.
Last time somebody made me remember who Matt Barnes was that whole thing when Rihanna dissed him or something like that, and I was like, she was probably saying the same thing I am. Who's Matt Barnes?
No, Matt Barnes. Who cares, man? It don't matter. The NBA does not. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Maybe Dollar can help you next week, man. I can't.
Dollar can only help you next week.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm right now with football and baseball, and I'm not even watching baseball because the Mets are in it.
I'll catch them in the next round.
Yeah, the Mets are in it, so I'm gonna try to watch it a little bit more.
I'll just go ahead and the Mets. Who's playing Chicago right now? That's St. Louis, right?
Nah, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago's got St. Louis. The Mets got the Dodgers.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, let's root for Chicago. Just crazy. Whatever.
I don't want Chicago, man. But I don't like the Cardinals either. I can't.
Wait a minute. That's like the only Chicago team you don't like, other than the Bears.
I don't like the Bears. I don't like the White Sox. I like the Bulls. I do like I like the way that the Bulls play. Only Blackhawks. They're the only Chicago team I lay it down for, man. Right now, I don't do well with it. I mean, the Cubs back in the day where Harry Carey was alive.
That was like last year.
Nah, Harry Carey been gone longer than that.
When did he die? I thought it was like last year.
Man, Harry Carey has been dead for years, man. What are you talking about?
You know what? Harry Carey, that Al Davis did.
Man. Harry Carey's done, man. He's done. He was cool, too.
Okay, people talk about him like he's still alive. I think,
But they're going to talk about him if the Cubs mess around and make the next round. They're going to start talking about Talk about Eric Carey. The funny thing about the Cubs is that, and they actually got the Cubs now as the way that the games have turned out, with the series. They actually said the Cubs are now the favorite to win the NL. And I'm sitting here like, really? Don't do that to this city. Just let it happen. Win. Don't keep building up their hopes, because if something goes catastrophically wrong, which it did about 8-9 years ago,
Bartman. Look,
wasn't even his fault.
How about,
I know,
but you know the funniest part
no fan would do is catch the ball.
And
Moses Alou probably would have dropped it anyway.
It's a Cubs thing, because I spend like an entire summer, don't watch no baseball, don't even turn in to the playoffs. One night I just randomly changed the channel to the game just in time to catch that. I don't even know who's winning the series. And I see that. Bartman.
Right.
Then I watched the next game because I was like, it's kind of like, was it the thing with the Red Sox and the ball rolling through the guy's legs?
Oh, Buckner.
Yeah, Buckner, and people forget that they had to lose another game the next night, but it was like Buckner lost the whole season.
Yeah, they didn't have a game 7.
Right, and there was a game. Was it another game that night after Bartman? And they lost that too. So I actually turned to watch that game afterwards.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The mess, dude.
Hey, man.
Shoot. All right, boy.
All right,
get out of here, man. Later on.